Sea turtles have graced the oceans of the earth for millions of years and are a vital part of the marine ecosystem. They have lived through numerous mass extinction events, yet the effects of humans have continuously posed as obstacles in their life. Currently, sea turtles are listed as endangered due to loss of habitat, poaching, pollution, and climate change. The Loggerhead species of sea turtles are currently listed as vulnerable and are one of the least endangered of the 7 sea turtle species. Will they stay that way, or suffer the same hopeless fate of their fellow sea turtles? Taking a look at a smaller scale of the Loggerhead annual nests can help determine some patterns that could be affecting their population. The beaches on the Florida Peninsula are known for their nesting activity for the Loggerhead turtles, as well as the green and leatherback. The Index Nesting Beach Survey has been collecting data since 1989 on 27 core index beaches to gather an estimate of nesting habits. These numbers fluctuate often and drastically at times, and this can be due to numerous reasons. It is also important to remember that Loggerhead turtles reproduce every 2 to 4 years, so effects of current events are usually delayed in displaying themselves. When choosing models to analyze this data, a logarithmic and quadratic model best display the 2 potential futures of the nests in Florida. While the data presented by the Index Nesting Beach Survey dates back to 1989, the data for the regressions is limited to the past 20 years. Taking a look at the logarithmic model, one can see that it offers a hopeful future for the turtles, with the graph increasing steadily. This logarithmic function has been horizontally translated 26.4174 units to the left, 179,657 units down, and stretched by a factor of 274,850 to model the number of nests. On the other hand, the quadratic model displays a very possible fate of the loggerheads at the Florida Peninsula, in which they no longer nest there. The polynomial function has been horizontally translated 43.7339 units right, vertically translated 57,107.5 units left, and reflected in the x-axis to model the number of nests. These models can be used to answer numerous questions about the future of the turtles. Firstly, how will the number of nests change annually over the next 20 years? Looking at the logarithmic model, the average rate of change between these 2 points can be used. This displays the number of nests could increase by about 833 nests per year. For the quadratic model, the average rate of change between these 2 points indicate the number of nests could increase by 42 nests per year over the next 20 years. Secondly, the logarithmic model can be used to determine when the loggerheads at Florida specifically would no longer be considered vulnerable. According to National Geographic, a species is considered vulnerable when the population declines by 30 to 50%. Based on the fact that the number of nests determines future populations, an estimate can be made by determining when the number of nests increases by 50%. From the data points over the past 20 years, the average number of nests per year has been 46,675, so the number of nests increased by 50% would be 70,012.5. This displays that based on the number of nests, the Florida Peninsula loggerheads would no longer be vulnerable after 2039. Similarly, the polynomial model can be used to determine when the loggerheads would no longer inhabit Florida Peninsula beaches, which would be after the year 2076, which means the loggerhead turtles have a better chance of staying at Florida than no longer living there. It is also important to highlight that the interval of increase for the polynomial function is from 1989 to about 2031, and the interval of decrease is from 2031 to 2076. The turning point is about 9 years away, which further demonstrates that there is still time to change the potential fate of the loggerhead turtles, and hope is not lost. Lastly, either of the models could be used to determine how environmental effects affect nesting habits. When analyzing the data points, a negative trend occurs between 2005 and 2009. Current events on the coast of Florida during this time include Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita in 2005. The instantaneous rate of change of the logarithmic model is 1,292.497 nests per year in 2006, which displays how the number of nests the year after the hurricane changed the reproduction of the Florida loggerhead population. The polynomial model can also be used to analyze the effects of the Deep Horizon oil spill in 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico. Considering the fact that the oil spill would have affected the migrating turtles before the reproducing turtles, and now turtles reproduce every 2 to 4 years, the drop in nest numbers from 2013 and 2015 can be explained. The instantaneous rate of change in 2013 of the quadratic model is 1071.333. The regression model of the nesting data of loggerhead turtles tells us that there is still hope for the turtles, and while environmental effects do have an impact on the nesting numbers, it also displays that positive effects can also improve nesting numbers. Loggerhead turtles are the most abundant in Florida, and it would be a shame to see these beautiful creatures leave their home.